You're looking at the Oster countertop oven with convection. When I first ordered this item about a week after owning it, the digital display here on the right stopped working. The start button wouldn't work. I could click toast and it would go to this next screen where, what level of toasting do you want? And I can move up and down, but when I hit start, it wouldn't turn on like that. I opened up the unit and I was able to just unplug it and let it reset, and then I plugged it back in and it started working again, but that took me a week. So I called customer service, and customer service actually sent me a brand new one for free. They just asked me what numbers were on the prongs of my electrical outlet, and I guess that told them whether this one was a recall or not, or if it had an issue. And I guess the one I had did, and this is actually the one that was broken before. I'm kind of waiting to see how long this will last. I've read reviews online that had the same problem. It always seems to be that display. It's a digital display on the right. I've opened this unit up and it's all one unit. You really can't open it. You really can't fix the buttons. I think once it goes out, you either need to take it to a professional, or it's probably not even worth the time and money to just get it replaced. The reason I bought this unit, what was appealing to me was the price. It's definitely the most price competitive. I think the only other unit was a Black & Decker that I was also comparing it to that was in the same price range, and that it had the extra large capacity. That was a big deal for me. As you can see, let's go ahead and turn this off. The rack inside has two positions, so you can move it up one or down. It also has a removable tray. You can remove this while it's on. There's no sensor or anything, or put it back in. It's convection, which was a big deal for me. So what convection does is it allows whatever is in there to have a more even cooking. Without convection, there's things like hot spots or some areas of the oven that might be hotter than others. With convection, it turns on a fan in there so it distributes the heat more evenly. And then the extra capacity. Here's a Trader Joe's. This is more like a flat, it's a oval pizza. But if you get like the Trader Joe's round pizzas as well, this is in the box still, so it's smaller than this. See how I can slide it in? See how there's plenty of room in there. So that was a big deal for me, was to get something that could hold a larger capacity. So I didn't have to necessarily turn my entire oven on when I just had a small pizza like this. Or if you have a leftover pizza, I don't know if anyone's had microwaved leftover pizza, it's not very good. Where if you could bake that pizza, it comes out way better. So the extra capacity was great because now I could do, microwave dinners, I could do lasagna, you name it, it should fit in here. Even the round pizzas you get from Trader Joe's. Now a full-size pizza, like DiGiorno or something like that, I don't think it would necessarily fit, but at that point, you're using a big amount of the oven. The other thing I read was that this unit gets really hot. I would have to agree with that. When this thing is on, it's going to definitely be hot to the touch. So, that could be a fire hazard, or if you have anything nearby or on top of it, it could definitely melt it, so be careful about that. As far as the functions go, you have toast. And then within the toast function, you can change it up and down, and it actually does time it, so you don't have to worry about pulling it out before it turns off. Depending on your setting is how long it'll toast for. And then you have the bake function. You have the convection bake function, which would actually turn on the fan, the convection. Broil, which is mainly for like a browning or toasting. Maybe you were making nachos and you just want to melt the cheese and not necessarily bake the chips. Warming function, which would be great to warm some plates or warm anything up. Defrost, and then there's a pizza button. I've yet to use that button, but I'm sure it's been tested and it works. And then lastly, you do have a light function that you can turn on and off if you want to see what's inside or see the ingredients. That's pretty much it. There's nothing really on the side. There's a vent on the top, and then there's the plug that comes out the back. It's a fairly simple unit. Overall, I give it a B. I think really my grade, though, is going to be dependent on how long this thing lasts. Like, I would hope it would last at least 2 years.